Hey guys, it's Scott with Scottie B Cards. In this video, I have bad news. Topps flagship black parallels are officially dead as we know them. So we've got confirmation. Yesterday I released a video when we saw the checklist, the parallel checklist for 2025 Topps Series 1. We also saw the card design, and black wasn't on there. The interesting thing is this happened last year in 2024 as well. Black wasn't on there, but it was okay. It was the retail checklist. The difference between this year and last year, though, is there were hobby exclusive parallels on this checklist. Like the clear was on there, but the black was still missing. So we operated under the assumption it'd be the same exact situation. We're here early, nothing to worry about, but we've gotten confirmation from somebody at Topps and Fanatics that this is true. That Topps flagship parallels, as they have historically been since 2003, are no longer going to be in packs. This is a big deal. I know I'm going to get people commenting how I'm being overly dramatic or that this isn't a big problem. A lot of people are upset by this. A lot of people are really mad that the Topps black parallel is dead because it's been that way since 2003. People have runs of these cards of, like, let's say Clayton Kershaw from 2008 to 2024, and it just stops. They're replacing the black parallel with a black foil numbered to 10, and we'll talk about why that is and the problems associated with that. But either way, it's frustrating to know that Topps does not really understand the collector very much. People opening packs may not even know these black cards exist because they are so hard to pull. When was the last time you pulled the clear out of 10 out of flagship? You probably haven't. I think I pulled one. And so these black cards are going to be impossible to hit and not going to be the same legacy that has been there historically since 2003. One thing I will say is this all could be a misunderstanding when we were asking the representative at Topps these questions about if this is exactly what's going on, but they were very clear that they are replacing the black with the black foil that we're going to talk about. So hopefully this is blown out of proportion from, information we've received, but at the same time, I think on social media, everybody's posting about this as if it's happening. So we're going to move forward in this video as if it's happening, and hopefully there's an update a couple days from now, but I don't think that's going to be the case. So here's the flagship design. It's pretty good looking. Actually, I have nothing against that. And here is the actual list of parallels. The big thing is they lowered the print run on these cards over here. We'll talk about why. They also got rid of Father's Day, Mother's Day, as well as the black parallel. We're seeing introduction of the canvas out of 50, the gold rainbow out of 50, the wood out of 25. Here is the black rainbow foil out of 10 and the red rainbow foil out of 5. So here is last year, 2024 versus 2025. So the reason why this is happening is Topps is trying to match Topps Chrome to flagship, which is great. That's fine, right? So we're seeing the blue foil. It was numbered to $9.99 last year. Now it's out of $150 because that's what it is in Topps Chrome. The Topps Chrome blue refractors out of $150. We also see the purple is $7.99 last year. Now it's at $250, which is the same with Topps Chrome. Green is at a $99 now, which is the same as Topps Chrome. Red is at a $5, which is the same as Topps Chrome. And the black went from, should be $74 this year. In 2003, it was introduced at $52. It goes up one every single year. Should be $74, $75. I think it's $75 this year. Either way, that is now out of $10. And the interesting thing about this is the black parallel from Topps Chrome last year, the Topps Chrome black refractor, has been in existence in that format for 1 year, and they completely destroyed the legacy of the flagship black for that. So that's why people are so upset. So these are the parallels that are now gone. It looks like permanently. Mother's Day out of 50, which was introduced in 2013, so about 12 years ago. Father's Day, which was introduced in 2017, so what is that, 8 years ago now? That's crazy. It's been 8 years. And now the black parallel that started at 52, and that would have been, I believe, 75 in 2025. So what is so important about this black parallel? Why are people so mad about the black parallel being gone? Well, that's because this is the longest standing parallel outside of the gold. The gold was introduced in 2001 in the current format. There have been Topps gold before that, but the gold in flagship since 2001 numbered to the year it was produced. So in 2001, there were 2001 gold Albert Pujols rookie cards. And then in 2003, they introduced the black out of 52, and that has been continuous since then. And this was the only other numbered parallel from 2003 to 2010, with basically one exception of the cloth parallel, I believe, being out of 50, and it was like a card with a cloth like image of the card inside. It was weird. Either way, I don't really count that as a true parallel, but that has been the only parallel, the main parallel for Topps. People have been collecting them, and they're very sought after, and they go for a high amount. And all of these rookies, Yadier Molina, Zach Greinke, Justin Verlander, Joey Votto, Clayton Kershaw, Max Scherzer, Buster Posey, Chris Sale, Giancarlo Stanton, Mike Trout, Paul Goldschmidt, Jose Altuve, Nolan Arenado, Garrett Cole, Mookie Betts, Jose Ramirez, Francisco Lindor, Aaron Judge, Juan Soto, Ronald Acuna Jr., Shohei Ohtani, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Jordan Alvarez, Bobby Witt Jr., Julio Rodriguez, Gunnar Henderson, Corbin Carroll, and many, many other players have the black flagship parallel, and that's essentially their best version of their flagship. You may have a few situations where it's not the case with like the 2011 Hope Diamond or the 2018 Independence Day. But overall, the black is the flagship card to target, and that is now no longer in existence, which is unfortunate. And what they're doing, we saw this last year in 2024, they had the platinum one of ones introduced in 2006. That's the third oldest parallel, the one of one. And that continued all the way till 2023. In 2024, they introduced the platinum foil parallel. Nobody really complained that much because it was still the platinum, but it looks exactly like a rainbow foil to me. Here's a rainbow foil on the left, here's the platinum one of one on the right, versus the strong, bold borders. It's not a big deal because they're so rare, nobody really noticed, to be fully transparent. But with the black, it's going to be a bigger problem. I asked my audience about this, and 83% said this is a big deal. I worded that terribly, but still 513 votes, and only 17% or 104 votes said it's not that big of a deal. So a majority of the hobby, at least on my audience, cares about this and views this as a negative. And I feel similarly. I think this is a really bad judgment choice by Fanatics. I think this is a terrible move. I really do. I don't say that often. I think what they've done in the past is fine with like adding things in, like the rookie debut patch autograph. That's great because you didn't get rid of the Bowman Chrome Superfractor to do it. Those aren't apples to apples. And in Fanatics' eyes, they probably feel like they're keeping the black legacy alive, but they're not. When's the last time you pulled an out of 10 clear from Flagship? I think I pulled one before. They're very hard to pull, and these are going to be just as hard to pull, especially because the out of clear is a hobby only. If we put these out of 10 across all products, you're never going to pull these cards, and they aren't going to hit the market, and that legacy is now gone. Collectors who want them, where it's plentiful enough where people can find them and buy them and collect them, but not too plentiful where they're not worth anything, and that has kind of been ruined. And like I mentioned, adding things to tops is great. If you want, Fanatics wants to add stuff like the frozen fractors, the negative numbering, or the taco fractors, or whatever they want to do. That's cool. That's cool. Go ahead and add stuff, but don't take away for Flagship, which is your bread and butter product, the most important parallel from the bread and butter product that people like. Like, I don't understand. I understand trying to match Topps Chrome to Flagship, which is fine. That's cool. But if you're going to do that, why don't you, like I actually have it down here. Here's some free advice. Why don't you match the Topps Chrome Black Refractor that's basically new this year? It's been in the past. I know that, but they discontinued it and they renewed it in 2024. Why don't you match that to the Flagship parallel? Like, and it's still consistent, right? And every year it goes up one. Not only will that keep the Flagship parallel alive, that'll help the Topps Chrome Black Refractor be worth more because it's more plentiful. It's the exact same situation as the black parallel, and people will view them as the same thing. I feel like it's a pretty obvious change. It's some free advice. Go ahead and do that for next product. Say it was a mistake. Say it was just an imprinting error. No problem, right? But you can do that and it would fix all of these issues. But it is disheartening. I've seen a lot of collectors who are very frustrated that their collections that they've been doing runs on are kind of not the same. And yes, baseball collectors are a different breed. They aren't really the same when it comes to other sports collectors. This is a big deal to them. And again, maybe we're being overly dramatic, but this has been the longest standing Topps Flagship parallel besides the gold ever. And we just decided that, you know what? We like the out of 10 foil better when it's really not as good. Flagship, there's no clear card that you want to collect like there was with the black parallel. Who knows? Maybe we're being overly dramatic, but either way, I don't understand this perspective from Topps. I don't think it's the right move, and I just want to share my thoughts. Usually I try to be pretty positive, and this one is kind of, I just am scratching my head. I don't really get what's going on. So other than that, let me know in the comments down below if you agree or disagree with my thoughts, if I'm being overly dramatic, and I will see you in the next video.